moyo unatesa.
Kwaheri, and of course, a beautiful jam right in there from a brother. The Saj MC remains my name, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. Of course, on Monday, and when it comes to Monday like this, and I believe that this is the time that we're gonna be rounding up, whatever happens over the weekend. That's when we always bring it right on your, right on your screen and right in your living room. Like I did say, that Saj is my name, and of course, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. But I don't really need to go, I don't really need to forget about the promise that I gave people last time, and of course early this month, that I always, whenever I step on set like this, the first thing is to wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. I know we are counting down. Christmas is on Thursday, and if I'm told to count down right now, we are left with some few days, few days to the day of, when we shall be celebrating, celebrating Christmas Day. I don't know much about Christmas, but of course, all I know is that when I was growing up, when Christmas is coming, approaching like this, there are ways people start getting themselves prepared, for so many events, yeah? Most especially when I was a very little boy, the first thing that I could think of is the clothes, the brand new clothes, the food that we are going to eat on that very particular day. These were the things that I personally used to think of, when it's approaching to big days like this. Talking about big days, we have Christmas, we have Boxing Day. But me myself, those days I used to think Boxing Day is a day of showing shoulders. You understand? You get your friend and you start fighting your friends. Me, I used to think it was like that, but of course, definitely it's not like that. Boxing Day, to those who still think and believe that is a day of showing physical, ability or stability. No, it's not a day of showing your shoulders to the people, but it's a day of presenting, a gift to a friend. You can mean to wrap it in a box, but I believe that is the day you can, give a gift to a friend, and friend thanks, for reaching this far this year, because it's not really easy. It's never easy. I mean, you to go chonango bedonga dongo beru ko pare ni chemadi ka dongo dar pini mondo ko mandi lemba mera chiel miketi wi inge ni bongo ma ko ben manyen I winwang wara manyen kanyo dano manyir ngade mita chite kadu ye kwa kodo tigu enigi but ko woni kanine no mut lemene dar pini lokre lemene be lokre ka woni ni. Things are changing. You find out that people no longer think of new clothes. People no longer think of, the type of food they are going to eat, as long as they have the day has gone, like passed on well. People always don't think about those things. But those days, if you don't buy clothes for your wife, trust me, you will not even eat food. If you don't buy clothes for your kids, the kids will be very, very, very annoyed. But of late, these days, the current trend, you find even somebody putting on, the clothes that was bought last year, you go to, for prayer, putting on such kind of clothes, somebody moving in sandals, going for prayers, the world is just changing. The type of food, people, any type of food, any day. Because when you look around here, food, any type of food, you can eat it just any day. If you want chicken, you can just go to the market, you get yourself chicken. If you want meat, you can go to the butcher, you get yourself. If you want fish, you can go to the market and you get and you eat. It doesn't matter whether today is a big day or not. Big days, of late, big days are every day. People celebrating every day. People eat chicken every day. But those days, eating chicken, even if you're the one rearing the chicken here at home, it's only big days. It's only big days that you will be asked to go and chase each akoriemu gwenu any pm gwenu bidoji kin kata gi kinanywa gi ena every gwenu ena makajuchi ten majutu manyo kanyo uroti Christmas riem gwenu tin riem gwenu ni jwatu twitene yo kama mondi one jwatu momondo no makti de makti en machata nyuma tiende gomte nyuma ni makti twitene yenu endre mo be tika cham icheng madit ma en bat ko woni pe lebele ba kumeni cha dongu pe inwani ngati sama ngati mitachami ye sama chami ye ngati mitutine chambo ringwe cham ngati mit chambo kati oamua wachene antin tina ke mo diel eni de enwa ngati mo diel gonyo diel kudite pem kawoni Moses pem don kawoni pe chone cha kawoni ngati gonyo del wachi ma uchido to ma gonyo rombo wachi to ma mo wachi nya jutom diang de jutom diang wachi jutom diang de kameno ania lemene dong belokre kawoni style nyayo things are changing gradually. Things are changing, and because it's a sign of a .com world. But of course, the CHUKU remains my name. We have a lot of stories, yeah. But let me keep on reminding you that next week, and of course, why did I say next week? Because next week we shall be rounding up, the week itself. Let me say the year. We have a lot of events that didn't work out, over this year. Towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year. So we're gonna be rounding them up, and with a lot of things that have been happening, next week it will be a week of the yearly roundup, not a weekly roundup like usual every Friday. No, we're gonna be doing the year roundup in terms of entertainment, where we're gonna be looking at the best songs, the best music video of the year. We're gonna be looking at the best songs of the year, the most trended artist of the year. Then we shall be looking at the most, let me say, the biggest socialites of the year. Then we shall be looking at, we shall be looking at all these political things also. We're going to be looking at those, the MCs of the year. We got, according to me, that would be according to me. We're going to be giving flowers to all those categories. You understand? People give it on stage, but for me, Saj, I'm going to be giving it right in your living room, on your screen, while watching West Night Television live on, on StarTimes channel 477, Zuku Satellite channel 0073, Azam TV channel 369. That's where you're gonna catch up. And then YouTube, you can as well catch up with me. That very particular. That's where you'll know where you belong. The blogger of the year. Understand? So all this category, we're gonna be giving it. The most controversial artist of the year. The most controversial, gospel artist of the year, the most trending gospel artist of the year, and the video. All this will be coming through on your screen. That is a come next week. We are finalizing, sealing out the year 2025. Yeah, as we seal out the year 2025, we're gonna be giving you all that. The couple of the year, the breakup of the year, all will be coming. As long as it's it's entertainment, cutting across the music, let me say the socialites, we're going to be giving you all that in details. Then, talk about the stories. I'm giving you the hint. Of course, all this will be coming in the second hour of the show and the third hour of the show. All this home is better. We all talk about it. We're going to be talking about, the penalty. The spokesperson of, Eagle said something about the battle, the ongoing battle that is still, moving on. And then there's also a saga in between Elton Loverboy and Baby Junior. But of course, I'm yet to get to understand into those things, yeah? But I'm going to give you the hint in the second half of the show. So stay tuned to West Night Television for a music break. And then away from that, Rags Ayado is having a lot of music jam, a lot of music video. There's a Pirango, a new release video. There's a Weka, also a new release video, but he's planning an EP. Rags Ayado is planning an EP. So I'm gonna be giving all these details in the second half of the show, and of course the reason that's why he came with that. Leba pirangome binuku idea nema enya marketing ngonde eketi EP pare nema ene. Of which 2 songs are already out, audio and the music video and the video at the same time. Let's go for the music break. When we bounce back, call me CHUKU, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. Not forgetting my brother, that is the boy, the baddest producer, the CEO. I know that we are planning end of the year party. Let's go for the music break. And when we bounce back,
Little Square music.
So for Asha, DMK, the Dufele Queen. She just really made it was really, the floor has to be given to both people of Moyo and Jumani for accepting the lady wholeheartedly. Awadi foye mini tuba madi Moyo ki madi ya Jumani awadi foye mini support fezu zamba ni udozu udu toisi perodua zia zamba ni successful. The concert being successful, it was all miosi. Ikatete da yo ifila concert ichota chimuke kote ale mina wadi fofe sava wadi siba ajumani ari moyo ari be leba ma continue spirit that we need to continue with the spirit. Asha DMK concert, the 5 years of music vibe was a plus. The floor has to be given to the people of Germany. But of course, I want to give you the round of applause, the clap for you for the job well done. You supported the lady wholeheartedly. But I was not pleased, I was not pleased with what she did, Maybe it was one way or another, first of its kind, a lady, she sold her own tickets on the street with her music. For when she was doing the drive, she was selling tickets by herself on the street, on the ground. Then the first thing that came into my mind, doesn't she have people who are supposed to take care of that? But of course, when I started analyzing, me, I love analyzing things. So when I sat down, I started analyzing, I came to realize that she wanted to create something different. You understand? She wanted to create something different. It's one of its kind. I've never seen such happening in secular music, where maybe it happened, but I've not, I didn't come across where an artist who is going to hold that very particular concert comes on the ground during the drive period time, then sells her own ticket to the fans. But I love the fact that she decided to paint, to paint the event with a different, let me say, what should I put? Better word that I could, what the better word that I should put? You can also help me out there. But of course, for me, the picture she showed outside there was a classic one, was a classic picture that she showed outside. But of course, selling her own tickets in her own town. But I didn't see her doing it in Moyo. But of course, she did it for her own people, the one in Germany. But I love the fact that the Germany people turned up. They came and supported her. Then on Saturday, also the same people of Moyo, the Madi-speaking people of Moyo. Moyo, when it comes to Moyo, Moyo is a mixed up. Moyo is just a cosmopolitan place where we have the Aringas there, we have the Kakwas, we have the Madis, even the Alurus are there, though we have Samacholis in Germany, then also Samacholi in Madi. But thanks for the support, It's good to scratch our own back. She has been scratching our back, giving us music back to back. But of course, it was our time to give it back to her by supporting her coming for her concert. It was really a plus. People of Germany, let's continue supporting our own guys. And of course, away from that, as we give you the hint about the event that happened over the weekend, we had wet and wild pool party that didn't go well. It didn't go well as expected. And of course, the previous one was double better than the last one that we had. I don't know whether this is the last one or not. That's what I don't know. It didn't work out well. Omega 256 did not work out completely. That's what I can say. Omega 256, because the whole of Omega that we hear about and that we sing, we talk about, I expected our event to be vivid here in Arua City. You see? So this comes back to the negligence of marketing, negligence of marketing. We know that, it was a business, perhaps. Maybe the promoter did not do well marketing, but of course also the artist herself. This is the thing that me myself, I would love to put it, to some of the artists, You may think that your song is doing somewhere where you are doing well, but outside where you have not stepped, you may also be thinking that your song is also doing well, which is a wrong thing. You see, you really need to come down on the ground. I've seen so many, Uganda, like Northern Uganda is not the same Northern Uganda that way back in 10 years back. The Northern Uganda is not the Northern Uganda of 2020. The Northern Uganda, because since 2020, I've been seeing a difference, a difference in between, the artists that come from Central, coming towards Northern Uganda, how their events have been moving on. It has not been well for them, meaning that they relaxed, and they're relaxed because they think without them reaching on the ground, their music will reach the ground. It was back then, gone are the days, gone are the days when such kind of things used to happen, where people move. But of course, of late, Me, I only tell these people they should take it upon themselves. They come on the ground so that they can promote and market their own music. Because, like I said it earlier, gone are the days, those days when you used to go, you just drop the music there and then the music moves by itself. No, things does not work out like that, of course. 2020 came with a different thing. But of course, we are heading towards 2030. And the trend is changing on a daily basis. So the central artists, I only urge you people, the upcoming guys, leave along the giants that we call them, the big five, the big three, the big six, or whatever they call them. Leave along those guys. Those guys, they have worked for themselves. Yeah, they have worked. And as much as they have worked, their music still moves, and they are doing a lot of things. But of course, for the upcoming guys, you need to take it upon yourself, the central guys, most especially the central guys. Today, I took it upon myself. Somebody may think that somebody has taken it so personal, but of course, it wasn't really good for the lady herself. One of the prominent ladies that is Omega 256, when it comes to the female artists that we have currently in Uganda. And of course, Omega 256 is one of the ladies that I was looking up to. So now coming to West Nile, most especially Arua, then your show not working out well, despite the fact that you had so many guys around. We had Lucky D there, we had Lucky D, we had Free Boy, we had Helpy Shadi, who just came out from the jail, and of course we had Eddie Topsy, we had the guy himself, Hot G, the Bullet Survivor. We had a lot of artists, so many, like they are talking about the big guys within West Nile. They were all in that. But guess what happened? It didn't work out well. So this comes back to the main artist. The main artist, there are things that the management needs to do when it comes to Northern Uganda. Yes, the show in Pokwash was really massive. The first phase of our show was really massive the other week. Then the one in Arua, I believe that maybe the next one after Arua, maybe it would work out for her. But only one, that one there, the other song that she did, a collab with King herself, that is the only song that people know, mostly. When it comes to Omega 256 songs, that is the only song that people at least know and they vibe to. That collaboration that she did with the King herself. But of course, away from that, a lot happened. Even, we're going to be rounding up all this, when it comes to, that is next week, we're going to be giving one video of the audience, but unfortunately, the one of Omega 256, nobody posted anything, Nobody was making a noise. People made a lot of noise when at the beginning, but at the end of the day, we expected the noise to continue. But of course, everybody went mute. The people who have been posting all that, even Wet and Wild, everybody went mute. I don't really know where we're gonna get the video clip, but of course, no video was captured. Definitely no video was captured. But I promise you, next week we're gonna be giving you the whole of next week. It will be cutting across, analyzing the music itself, in terms of events, which one worked and which one did not work, and why it didn't work and why it worked out. So the whole of next week, we're going to be giving you that. But this very particular week, we are still recording more so that we finalize it next week. But of course, away from that, a lot is happening. Yeah, I believe that the baddest producer, you're going to take this one upon yourself right now. But of course, the Lucky D saga, I remember last time when I talk about the first phase of the Battle of the Charm. Personally, people, talked a lot. People commented. People talked a lot about what I said. But of course, it was true that no action was taken. And now, as we speak, according to the spokesperson of Eagle Events, that is Derek Passy. According to the spokesperson, he said that action was taken, but internally, the action was taken, and the guys, people, they were called. The person was called. Been talking about, because all of us, we were looking at Lucky D. They said they called. Yes, I myself, I asked myself, yes, harmonizing it is another thing. Then putting it publicly, people people to understand, so that people don't doubt the next event, how it would be. Because definitely after analyzing and talking, but I expected at least something should be put on social media so that people get to understand. Because people that permit to kanyang after Lakidi who performing on Mandongoma Miradek stage for the real battle, like one-on-one battle, as said by the organizer, that the information was given late to Lakidi by the host. The information was given late to Lakidi by the host. The information of one-on-one going on set. Chalo nya on the stage achel video cha Lakidi video as they battle themselves. I hear they say the promoter, the spokesperson said the communication was communicated late. And then late, how? That was the question that I asked myself. If it's about all communication, we are supposed to be, let me say, on time, so that they get to organize and get themselves prepared for the real battle. But of course, the information coming back late, that gives back. Like what I said last time, back to the organizers, back to the organizers. They should reorganize themselves for the next coming event. They really need to reorganize themselves. Daniel Gilmaku reorganizing it. People are expecting. People are waiting to hear what action was taken against that. And how will be the second phase. That's what people are expecting. But of course, for the Eagle guys, I'll only ask you people is that, what I will only ask from you people is that, we the fans, yeah, we the fans, we are so eager. We are so eager to watch Lakidi and Bushi the King battle themselves one-on-one, like throwing lyrics to each other. That's what we are expecting from this, from the remaining sham. That's not only me, but of course the audience out there. These are all their expectations. So now, take it upon yourself, the organizers of this very particular event, to at least get the fans. Let them get to understand. You understand? Let them get to understand what action was taken publicly. This is nothing to hide. But I say this for God and my country. That is one of the biggest events this very particular year in West Nile. Recorded already. We have recorded the other one of Kampala with a lot of saga, but of course we are yet to record another one come this Christmas in Nebi. That is what we are yet to to record, and we shall be analyzing it towards the end of the year. That's when we're going to be giving that as we wait for the remaining one, the remaining phase in Paida. But from me to you, honestly, the organizers of this battle, get yourself organized. Please, it's a humble request. Let whatever action that was taken about what the first saga of performance, let it be publicly given to the people so that they can consume it and understand that their next battle it's going to be very safe, and they are going to follow the rules and regulations of the battle that has been stated to them through throughout all these things. But of course, all in all, that's what I can say. But a lot is happening. A lot is happening in the music industry. Just I don't know what is happening, but of course, there's something in between. That is Riaso boy. I don't really know what is happening. When you look at the 15 Bays and BBPlex camp, I don't know whether they still call it BBPlex, but of course, all we know is that BBPlex and 15 Bays, there's something happening in between that, yeah? Of which Saj is a capital guy. I'm yet to dig and give it to you as in full package, yeah? Give it to you as in full package. But of course, let's go for a music break, and when we bounce back, we're going to be talking about the apology that was given by the guy himself, El Pishadi. And then the other way around, the saga, the current saga that is going on between, that is Simba and Superior Music. We're talking about that. And that is after the music break, at least maybe one music from the guy himself, that is Starboy Jr. Then we're gonna have some song from the guy himself, that is Elton Loverboy. A song from Junior, and a song Starboy Jr. and a song from Elton Loverboy. Then when we come back, I will be ready to give you, the hints of what is happening right now and what should be our expectation. From me to you, back to the guy, the boy, the baddest producer. Let's go for a music break, and when we bounce back, after 2 music break, we're gonna bounce back.
Trace to Melon, whatever it is, yeah.
Hamro kudipina kamati mabito bokindwa pepe na marado machenga wokudi mishina nede inba.
Photocopy from Papa, of course, Starboy Jr., the guy himself who calls himself a Simba. Sauti ya Simba, unajua Simba kama vile nangurumia kwenye porini, na sauti yake yenyewe pia yake inatoka kubwa tu mingi kabisa. Of course, I'm talking about that. By the way, I don't really know what is happening, but I'm yet to understand what is going between these two giants, music giants. And of course, the legend, let me call him now legend, that is Elton Loverboy, and legend Starboy Jr. When it comes to love music in the whole of Northern Uganda, when it comes to love music, when you don't mention these two names, then you don't know music. But you don't know any music that talks about love. That is Elton Loverboy for you and Starboy Jr. I was looking at these people's status, yesterday and today. But of course, first, Elton Loverboy did post something on his status, yeah? But I believe you're going to give me time to read this, what this guy posted on his status. Elton Loverboy did post something on his status saying that somebody to tell Junior, he need 4 people, like him to battle. Yani, Dano Machalu Junior no engani battling Dano Machalu Junior no ebe dana ngwen. Dano Machalu Junior. Pinwaje Dano Maweru Machalu Junior mako gibera di angwen Elton Loverboy bo achore. Kane chobo battle ingin. Junior kene chopengo. Kana Junior ginario de chopengo I battle. Junior kadi gina deg de chopengo umago giber gina di gina ngwen. Kanyo gibe chunga wangi. Then Junior de gamo watu ene de bimi dengo malo. Junior game do ko ene de do ko kubai. But I know I'm going to Kindano anyway. Junior Gamido Elton Loverboy. Any Dano Chalma Elton Loverboy. Superior music. Anyone with a value of superior music. Gather all your fans. Yeah? This is what Starboy Jr. wrote. That Elton Loverboy. This is a little music industry. Gather all your local fans and artists of superior music. Compete with my little boy that is a little kid. Another star that is a little kid. Then I will do the finishing on stage. Then I'll do the finishing on stage. So he's telling Elton Loverboy to stop social media cheap popularity. He wants to see Elton Loverboy in 2026. Elton Loverboy versus Junior Starboy battle in 2026. So now this is so crazy and it's so amazing. You see, for me, myself, I don't really know what is happening on the ground in between. Maybe there's a rat smelling somewhere, Nejalo uyomo kuto, Nejalo uyomo kuto, do muje beduni kona moku, do mago yoite chichiti mangone chichisai kone cha juodu yoite chen, kudi kone cha ketu ngom udun mabero, kudu dunyungo matika keja. So anyway, Starboy Jr., Elton Loverboy. I really don't understand. I don't understand what is going on between these two guys. But if it's musically, I love it. But if it's physically, I don't really buy that idea. But of course, I believe that we're talking about the battle in 2026. I think it's one of the things that, if you ask me, I would say it would be one of another Eid. It will be another Eid. Eid combined. Eid. It will be Christmas combined with Easter, Boxing Day, and then Independent. Then Idi Kebir and Idi Madid, Idi Manyanok, it will all be combined together. Then we're going to be celebrating that big day on that very particular day. If I'm told the battle happened to be organized. But I'm telling you, this one is going to be one of the kind, where I will be expecting people to be moving in couples, in what should I say? Couples, like one by one. You don't, let me say 2 by 2, not 1 by 1, because it's gonna be a love love festival battle, a serious one, and that will mark the end in the year 2026 happening, because no any happening will break that record. Then the next battle that we would love to witness, that is, according to me, it will be the BBPlex Brian producer and the guy himself, Riaso Boy, because this guy is also, everybody seems to be big, you understand? So all this, we would want to witness it on the stage, like one-on-one on the stage when the time comes, Saj MC remains my name, the only guy that speaks in capital later. We always say all this, all the battles should be a healthy one. The talking, whatever, it should be the healthy one musically. Something that can promote music, and I wouldn't be happy to see something that tarnishes somebody's brand being uploaded up there through the action. That's what I won't really be part of that. Then away from that, the guy himself, LP Shadi, finally apologized on Friday last week. He apologized to the city clerk that is really truly sorry. But I love the fact that Free Boy was there with him when he was apologizing, and of course, Free Boy also apologized to the fans and the town clerk on the behalf of the artist, generally on the behalf of the artist. You see, Free Boy is one artist that I don't really understand. He's one guy who is so down to earth and is ready to take anything, anytime. That is Free Boy for you. And according to Free Boy, let me say, the apology itself, 80%. Free Boy did it. LP Chad only did 20%, out of the apology. That is according to me. 80% apology was given by Free Boy, then 20% was given by LP Shadi, let me say the owner, the person who owns the issue. He was given by him. But of course, in an entertainment industry, we would say that one there was a lesson learned, in the entertainment industry. Meaning that next time when we want to do something, we would first analyze. Then all the social media users, those socialites, the only person who did not apologize is Batman Carlos. For him, he started where he had stopped, which is also that is his own opinion, but of course he's entitled to it. And I call upon all the guys, let's be vigilant. Let's do the right thing at the right time. Let's stop putting things on air without analyzing it. That is from me, Saj, the capital guy, because for us, we don't beat around the bush. Saj MC remains my name, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. I'm going to sign out, and I'll be leaving you in the hands of the Nilecast by the lady herself, that is Kajik Daisy Ochama. She will be giving you all that has been trending around, around the community. We are talking about, we are the community-based television, and of course, we light up the region in all the corners where there is darkness. From me to you, it's a bye-bye. See you till tomorrow. Same time, same television. The boy, the biggest one.
Yo. Uptown.